to our Facebook Live today. I'm Annie Douglas, your Chief Mom Ambassador here at Moms Meet. And I'm really glad you guys are all able to make it here today. Make sure you leave a comment for me on this post if you are excited to learn about our topic today and excited to and say hi to Chef Gerard for us. So make sure that you leave a comment and like this video and the post and let us know you're here. Oh, hi, Renee. I'm seeing you guys come on board here. Emily, hello. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so before we get into our topic today, I wanted to let you guys know, in case you don't know what Moms Meet is, momsmeet.com. It's a large online community of moms who are interested in better for you living, raising healthy children. And so it's a great community where you can become a mom ambassador and you can join to sample products with your friends. So make sure you join us at momsmeet.com if you haven't already. So today we have a great guest joining us to talk about Malaysian palm oil. To tell you the truth, before now, I actually have never heard of palm oil before myself, so I'm really excited to learn more. I can't wait to share more information with you guys, and I know Chef Gerard is really excited too. So just so you guys know, palm oil is the world's most widely consumed vegetable oil, and it's estimated to be in half of our packaged foods. But many Americans, like myself, many of us moms, we know very little about this oil, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have this event. We wanted to make sure that you guys all knew and you were informed. So Chef Gerard Viverito is a culinary instructor and Director of Culinary Education for Passionfish, a nonprofit organization dedicated to educating people around the globe on the issues of sustainability in the seas. He also operates Gerard's Fine Catering, a company focused on using local, sustainable, and organic foods. So welcome, Chef Gerard. We're so glad to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm quite excited.
So during this event, moms will also have palm oil health representatives responding to your questions. So if you have any questions about anything that we're talking about here, leave a post in the comments on this video post, and you'll be responded to by one of the representatives. And we just want you guys to be joining in on the conversation today. Also, it's really exciting. We have 3 prize packs to give away today. This is an exclusive chef selected prize pack. So, Chef, show us the prize pack. Actually, do you have some of the items?
Yeah, actually I do today. Because I'm a big fan. It's springtime. We're getting into summertime. You never know in the Northeast. We still keep getting snow, but grilling is a big favorite, healthy, easy cooking method I truly adore and try to teach people. It's quick. It locks in flavor. It can lock in color. It just tastes so much better. So we got a really nice cast iron enamel can to give away today with the grill, raised grills. One of my favorite sets of tongs, which easy to grasp. They lock up. They stay closed. Got a wonderful book about Southeastern and Asian and Malaysian ingredients to give you inspiration. And then, of course, the oil that we're working with today, this Malaysian palm oil, which is sustainable and beautiful color and taste. And we're going to get into all of that really soon. But
awesome.
This little pack, I think we have a few for the best comments or, however we're going to do it today.
Yeah, so moms, if you want to win this awesome prize pack that Chef just showed you, make sure you comment, like this video, share this video right now with someone that you think might be interested in this topic. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern, we're going to announce the winners. So you have from now until tomorrow for chances to win, and we'll get those prizes out to the winners. So we're very excited to get into this topic. So Chef, can you tell us a little bit more about what's so special about Malaysian palm oil?
Well, I actually became a really big fan of palm oil when I was cooking in Asia. I lived over there for about 6 months. I was teaching, I was exploring. Like you mentioned, I have Passionfish. So I've always traveled the world seeking out these sustainable products to protect our oceans. And eventually it got to be like, all right, now I know the fish to cook and I know the vegetables, but what's a good cooking medium? So I stumbled upon this particular oil, it's very healthy. It's naturally trans fat free. It's tropical. It's got this wonderful flavor. It's super loaded with vitamins, vitamin A and vitamin E, tocotrienols. It's like liquid health in a bottle. It's non-GMO, and what's amazing is we really can't say that in America. And I know I beat the drum about sustainability all the time, but Malaysia has dedicated over 50% of their land to sustainable agriculture, and they take care of their farmers and they take care of the producers. America is horrifying with all our property. We can only say that we have 4% of our land dedicated to sustainability. So most Americans, if you look in their cupboards, you can't say that about their oils. I don't care if it's, canola or soy or rapeseed or cottonseed or whatever oil the average household uses. So much of the oil that's actually used in the United States is sustainably grown and produced in Malaysia. And we're starting to see it more and more from food manufacturers that are preferring it for their quality and its wholesomeness. And they appreciate that it's good for the planet because people are starting to wake up and ask these questions. So thankfully, more and more people are paying attention to the sustainability of their ingredients. It's becoming like an action word instead of just a buzzword. Right. Like I said, I lived in Singapore for a long time, so I've been to Malaysia and Thailand. I've worked with their chefs. I'm fortunate enough to go on the plantations, which are so amazing, where they actually protect their animals and they have refuges for them. And there's a lot of countries that do this slash and burn and cut down the rainforest, but you don't get that in Malaysia. And I think too many people are rallying around bad press, and rather than do the research, I'm here to say, look, just like I look for the right fish and I look for the right tomato and I look for the right grass-fed beef, why should those be the only main products? We all look for the shade-grown, sustainably met coffee beans, but it goes towards everything. So, the palm oil industry in Malaysia is really top-notch. And there are only really a few food products that can claim, like in Italy, a DOC or AOC that include the origin in the name. Like the best vanilla, you'll always see Madagascar vanilla, or from, my background, Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. If you're into grass-fed butter like Kerrygold or whatever, it'll always say Irish butter because it's very specific in how they do it. And I've always been proud to put my olive oil in one region, my Malaysian palm oil in that category, my butters, my cheeses. So I don't know how you feel about that, or if you have anything to add. Or.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think we have a lot of great comments coming in, just people being, surprised or, being pleasantly surprised that Malaysia has such great, agricultural practices. And so, yeah, that's really great to know about for sure.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just going to give like a little cooking oil 101. Oh, yeah. Like I had mentioned, the olive oil, which is very dear to me. Like I always seek out extra virgin olive oil. To me, it's a flavor I like. It's peppery, it's spicy, it's pungent, it's herbaceous. And I'll even say that I grew up in a family that would fry in olive oil in my whole life. I'm like, ooh, I love the flavor of it. It's just comfort to me. But as an educator, pushed to do more and more research. So what I find is when you heat up something like olive oil, it becomes carcinogenic. And now that's the next word that's in everybody's diet, that you don't want carcinogens, whether it's burnt bread or whether it's bacon or overcooked meat. So like my simple thing is, you want olive oil? Here, just perfect little drizzle over a little healthy oil, over a little salad. That's what you use extra virgin for. It's cold pressed. So we need fats in our diet. Absolutely. They're vital for our skin. They're vital for our brains. They're vital for cellular growth and hormone productions. So we need to aim for this healthy fats and add not only calories, but also nutrition. I'm sure you can remember that it was only a couple of years ago during this low-fat craze that fats were considered unhealthy. Manufacturers took all this fat out of our products. They claimed, oh, low fat, you're going to live forever. And then they added all this sugar.
Right.
And as we now know, thankfully, all the science has been debunked, and we know that sugar is really going to be what's going to be the end of us. And the fats they did start using were hydrogenated. So we really need to start looking at labels. Do you see the word hydrogenation? Did they add hydrogen in it to make it more solid? And we finally get proof that fat consumption is not linked to heart disease. You know, we could rattle off healthy fats such as seeds, nuts, avocado, olive oil, omega-3s from salmon. I'm happy to claim that you can actually add Malaysian palm oil to that list. So, you know, like I said, with the olive oil, or definitely seed oils, pumpkin seed oil, whatever you choose to use, is wonderful on a salad. But if we're going to talk about heart healthy, and we're going to talk about brain health, and you want to use oils that are grown on trees, so to speak. So, like I mentioned, the avocado, olives are grown on trees, palm. This tree actually lives for about 30 years and constantly harvests it over and over again without destroying the land. So when I do choose to use it, is going to be on a high heat application. So you may be able to see the color translates. I have some chicken breast here. So add a little bit of palm oil, a little bit of garlic. And that's just going to go right in the hot pan. So you can hear that sizzle.
Yeah.
And what I always try to tell my students or my clients or anyone who comes to me for dietary advice is cook with your senses, right? So olive oil's got about a much lower smoke point. This I can get over 380, 400 degrees. I can lock in the flavor, but we can hear that sizzling. My stove is behind me. I hear that heat. I can smell it. I can smell all these changes. We're so used to just looking at something and trying to judge a book by its cover or a dish by its finish. All right, so in this high heat, I'm going to lock in the flavors. I know if I hear sizzling and I have something like olive oil, it's going to become carcinogenic. I don't want my food to dry out. So, and of course, palm oil is naturally trans fat free. It's rich in vitamin E, like I mentioned. You know, more than 90% of our corn, soybean, and canola crops are all grown with genetically modified organisms, whereas this is not. This is an actual natural tree. It's never been changed, and it just grows in the wild.
Right, right. Well, Chef, while you're cooking that for us, I have a few facts that I'd like to share with our moms.
Oh, please do.
Okay, so again, moms, there's a lot I'm learning here about this, because this has been a very enlightening kind of new educational experience for myself. So I have a few interesting pieces of information to share with you. Palm oil, I learned, is a fruit oil that comes from a special species of palm tree that only grows near the equator. So the trees produce bunches of oil-rich fruit, and the palm oil is released when you squeeze these fruits. So it's kind of a similar process than olive oil. So that I thought was interesting. Also, I'm learning that many manufacturers now use palm oil instead of partially hydrogenated oils in their products. Hydrogenated oils are the primary source of trans fats in our diets, and of course, they've been shown to increase heart disease, diabetes, and stroke risk, and things like that. So I know the FDA is working to ban them from the American food supply. So that's interesting. Hydrogenation, for those of you who are not aware of what hydrogenation is, it's a process that makes a liquid fat act more like a solid fat. It's also
which you might want to let everybody know, and that's why so many people these days are using hydrogenation, because if you think about, like, this fat, for example, is all liquid and it's running everywhere.
Yeah.
And so many people, whether it's due to double income, or they need to work and they're pressed for time, they want shelf-stable products. And if you have a fat that at room temperature is all runny, well, that's not going to make it nice.
Right.
Now, another interesting point is with the trans fats is a lot of companies are saying it contains 0 trans fats, and our viewers really need to know that the government passed a law saying that it can say 0 trans fats on the front, but include up to 0.5 gram per serving on the back.
Oh.
And now, for example, microwave popcorn is one of the biggest abusers of this. When's the last time, let's be realistic, between you and I, that you heated up a bag of microwave popcorn and shared it with 5 or 6 people? You know, you're gonna. I cook that bag. I'm in for the kill. I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and next thing I know, I'm at a dangerous level of trans fat ingestion in my body. So it's very important that even if it says trans fat on the front, trans fat free, you have to look on the back. If you see the word hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated, stay away.
Yeah, that's a really good tip, Chef. Thank you. So we'll definitely look for that. And you know, of course, some other interesting facts. I love that palm oil is non-GMO, which is really great news for our moms in our community. And palm oil is also loaded with vitamin E. So it's natural, more complete form of vitamin E, up to 60 times more potent, which I thought was so awesome. And then 35% of the world's palm oil is produced in Malaysia, is what I have in my notes, Chef. But you had said,
Malaysia is one of the larger producers, but they're definitely the best. You'll see it in some African countries, India, Indonesia, but none of them are upheld to the standards that Malaysia is. Yeah, that's why I always say it's not only important to read the ingredients, but what's the origin?
Okay.
I mean, it's amazing how so many people can rattle off facts about 20 different coffees or what's the next cell phone they should buy and how many different features it has. But when it comes to what we put in our bodies, we're just really clueless.
Yeah, that's true. And I know our moms are so, you know, it's so important for our moms to make those choices for not just ourselves, but our families. So that, yeah.
It is. You know, moms, dads, I've raised 2 children, and we've had a lot of different rules in our house. Not to sound authoritarian, but it's like, we had the 5 ingredient rule. Whatever the children wanted to eat, if it had more than 5 ingredients, we didn't buy it.
Oh, wow.
For example, like chicken McNuggets. It's a constant example I've used a million times. We know it's not good, but when they were young, they're like, well, my friends get to eat it, why don't I? And so we look up the ingredients, and there's 13 forms of corn alone in the chicken McNugget. Like, all right, so we're 8 over our 5, and we're just on corn.
Yeah.
Like, let's say chicken, breadcrumbs, egg wash, flour. We got it down to 4. Let's cook it in palm oil. Okay, now we got 5.
Nice.
And so I can make you a healthy nugget, so to speak.
Right.
If you can't pronounce the ingredient, it probably shouldn't be in your body.
Yeah.
You know, look at the numbers on the fruit. I always say, 9 is fine. If you see 9 on the PLU, you know it's organic or grown well.
Yeah.
So those are all the little tricks and trips when I go. So I suggest moms, dads, whoever's cooking for their kids, this is the stewards of our planet for the future.
Right.
You know, we can actually train them and make it fun. Get the kids in the kitchen. Have them cook alongside you. You know, build memories that are going to last a lifetime. I still remember the first time that I ever saw my parents get scolded by my grandmother is when they wanted to move me off the milk crate in the kitchen because I was stirring polenta forever and ever and ever as a kid, which felt like 3 hours as a child. And I still have my polenta battle from my grandmother, but my parents tried to move me, and she got swatted because they wanted me to learn. So those are the memories that everyone laughs. Like the only memories you have are food. You can't remember anything else. Like they're lasting. So let's teach our children. Moms, dads out there, it's your duty. What you teach your kids now, like you say how you speak to your children becomes your inner voice. Well, what you feed them now becomes their nutrition, the building blocks for their body for the rest of their lives, and how they're going to take care of the future generations after them. So let's get back to, maybe cooking as close to nature as possible. The further the food is away from the natural state, the greater the chance that it contains ingredients that we hope to avoid.
Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more there, Chef. That's awesome.
Well, another tip is shop the periphery of the grocery store. I don't think I've walked down an aisle except to do kind of like grocery cart makeovers for people forever. I don't know, I walk in, I make a right, I'm in my produce section, and I get to my fish section, my dairy section, my meat section. The occasional aisle if I need to find gelato, but or if I need to find palm oil, or if I need to find olive oil for a salad, or a couple of staples here and there. But realistically, I mean, do you need to find rice? Yes, that's on the aisle, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying. The snack foods, the 25 ingredient items. Let's get away from those.
Yeah. Now, Chef, when you have a moment, could you just hold up the bottle of the palm oil that you have just a little bit closer to the camera, because I know everyone wanted to see a little bit of a close up. So
yeah, look at that color.
That's awesome.
Like liquid gold. Oh, the lovely Danielle will bring it.
All right, great. So where can moms, in terms of like finding the Malaysian palm oil in stores, you may find it in specialty grocery stores, but it's definitely available online as well.
Well, it's available online. They can look at palmoilhealth.org to find it. It's specialty stores, like you mentioned. Even in my conventional grocery stores, if I go down the ethnic aisles, as they like to call them,
yeah,
I find that. So there's many ways to find it. And even more important, if you can't find it to cook with, when you are buying your, spread, peanut butter is a possible example. You could buy palm oil infused peanut butter. You can buy just peanuts if it's going to be a lot denser. There's definite butter replacements that people like. Mm-hmm. So look at the label. Look for palm oil, and chances are, if it's an American-made product, that they're using the Malaysian palm oil.
Okay. Great. All right. Do you have any other tips on how to use or when to use palm oil?
Like I said, high heat grilling, searing, sautéing, pan frying. I grew up in a family. There was a very traditional olive oil cake. And now I've played around and I've substituted palm oil for the olive oil in that. It's great in baking. I use it in pie crust. If I put this in the refrigerator, it will get rock solid.
Okay.
Just like olive oil, if you've ever refrigerated olive oil. So it makes a great shortening for pie crusts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it is super versatile.
Okay. All right.
Movie theater night, date night with the wife when we have popcorn.
Nice. Okay. And then I know that you already talked about, reading labels and things like that. Was there anything else, any other tips or advice you can give moms on that?
Well, let's see. I mean, do any of the moms have any questions for us about cooking that we could address?
Yeah. Well, we have a ton of different ones coming in. So we have Amy is asking, does the palm oil have a heavier flavor than other oils?
Oh, great question. I am absolutely shocked at myself for not addressing that. The closest I equate it to is butter. It's a very buttery, creamy flavor, but there's no textural difference to when you're using it. It's the same viscosity or weight as olive oil. So if you're using it for a dressing, maybe cut it with a little bit of olive oil if you want, but it'll give you a really beautiful color on the plate or on your vegetables. But it will definitely add a slight buttery note to your dish. Okay,
all right. Allie Stevens is asking if the color, does the color of the oil take over the crust? I mean, does it transfer like that?
Well, I don't know if you could see that, like, for example, these chicken breasts right here. I'm afraid to spill the juice on the...
Thank you.
You can see how they have a slight golden hue to them?
Yeah, can you lift it up a little bit, Danielle? Oh, okay, yeah. They look delicious.
So that's what you'll see. It's just a slight golden, but even, if you're going for a golden brown pastry crust, you're not going to notice it anyways. But you're kind of, I hate to say weirded out, when you're making the crust, like, ooh, it doesn't look right. What did I do wrong? Just mind you that it's going to be that color when it's raw.
Okay. All right, good.
And I will say that just be careful when you are cooking with it. That vitamin A and E, which is so red, make sure you wear an apron. Unless you're into that, it's great for eating and tie-dyeing it, whatever you're into.
Yeah. Okay, good. Do we have any other questions, Amanda? Okay. All right, awesome. There was so much good information here. Thank you so much, Chef.
don't know, make my selfish push to all the viewers out there to source products from as responsibly sourced and grown, whether it's fish or oil or produce or whatever you're putting into your family's body. I tell you, cook with love, and love starts with caring. And if you're going to care, read the ingredients, take your time to do it right. Don't cook it to the point of carcinogenic. Let's turn this planet around for the good. We only have one.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is awesome, and we definitely support that. So, well, everyone, make sure you visit palmoilhealth.org to learn more about palm oil. And, we have lots of delicious recipes on our website, actually, using palm oil as well. And so you can check that out. And remember to keep liking this video, sharing this post with others, and leaving comments. Again, representatives from the palm oil will be around to answer your questions. So feel free to keep doing that. And tomorrow we'll be announcing the winners of the awesome prize packs.
I don't know if I could put one last shameless plug.
Sure.
If anyone wants to go to chefgerard.com, there's my contact. If there's any cooking questions or recipe questions or tips or tricks they'd like to learn, my life as an educator, I'm happy to help anyone out there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're showing the website to Chef Gerard's website as well. So everyone, you can check that out as well. So yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.